It's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9 and home for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Of course, you know it's your fault, Behind Radio Shouting. Stepping in the building, I got my Mississippi fam in this thing. Big KRIT, what's good with it, my dog?
You kicking in this motherfucker. Man, you know what it is, my bad.
Say what you feel, man. Say what you feel.
My bad, we kicking in this motherfucker, man. You know that shit. You feel me? It's
Speaking
freedom.
of kicking it, though, KRIT, you just flew some fans in just so you could kick Major Flavor with them. Who does that?
Man, man, it's beautiful, man. Like, so, we had the murals pop up in select cities. And then we had, like, this whole, like, competition and everybody submit. And these people, won. And then I had the opportunity to, like, sit down and eat with them and everything like that. And just be able to just converse, brother. Yeah. It was amazing because they had questions that I hadn't that people hadn't asked me before about certain songs, about certain shows that I've done, and I was able to express my appreciation for them, and we just talk, and it's like that Sunday dinner you need, you know what I'm saying? Like after everything that went on through the week, you just decompress with everybody. So that's what it was, brother.
What is it like when you can get in a room with some real people that understand your music and are real fans of what you do? You see what I'm saying?
Man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Because they was asking me about records. I'm like, man, I forgot about that one. Ooh. And Dora's like, oh, yeah, let me explain that part right there. Yeah. And a lot of them were familiar with the music back from KRIT was here up until now. And some before that. And so it's just that intimate moment where you get to talk through a lot of lyrics and how it might have inspired them and how they might have inspired me and how it all comes full circle.
Breakdown KRIT is here though, man. I mean, what is KRIT here to do, man? Because I'm riding through the city of Atlanta. I'm seeing your murals all over the place.
Man, so KRIT is here, man. So the 10-year anniversary of KRIT was here happens next year. Ooh. And so I felt like it was time for me to really, again, bring it full circle and like just close it out like, no, I am here. The confidence I have in my music, the subject matter. Just what I bring to the table and knowing that I belong in this arena. I belong on this field. I've been hitting home runs for a long time. And be it the production that I jump on, the artists or my peers that I rap on records with, and I'm always going to go in too. And so I feel like just it's time now to be like KRIT is here. And if you didn't know that, then now you know. And then some people already knew I was there. So, yeah.
Big old facts. Now, I mean, what was it that made you say, you know what, let me go with these murals and put some art up in these cities? Because first of all, the murals are off the damn chain. They're looking amazing, real strong out there.
The mural is killed it. Like it's amazing. I mean, I got a shout out to my team, man. Dutch, you know what I'm saying? Steve-O, Multi as a whole, and everybody that was working. Like, that was more that I did. I literally delivered the music because I was just dealing with a lot creatively and coming up with a lot of the music conceptually. Yeah. And then I was like, yo, this is the album. And then they went hard to have the rollout the way it is. So a lot of murals went up, and I was just as shocked as y'all was. Like, man, this is beautiful.
Exactly.
Like, and then, it just all went hand in hand to it being a collective effort. This album was when I really got out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Rico Love, co-executive produced the album along with my manager Dutch. Yeah. Danger produced on the album. Wolf the Michael, DJ Camper, Wallace Lane, Music Major. I got one record. I only produced one record on this album. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tay Beast, produced a record on the album. Don Corleone produced a single, Addiction featuring Lil Wayne and Sweetie. So, yeah, man, I worked with a lot of different artists, a lot of people, but it makes sense for this one. Trust me.
What was it like giving up them production reins, man, and just being an artist for a change or lyricist versus having to, coordinate all that music at the same time?
Man, the producer argued with the writer and the artist a lot. You feel me? Let me tell you something, because the producer and me were like, boy, from the publishing standpoint to like, man, I really want to rap over this sample that I just found. Yeah. But then just having to understand I got to get out of my comfort zone, man. Yeah. And I think this album, people are going to hear it and understand. It stands alone from everything else. I've been telling this elaborate story through Forever's in My Long Time. Galactica, KRIT was here, Live from Underground, like all these albums. But this album was about me being free, independent, and making the kind of album where it just lived in the summer. Like, this is for your car. This is for the barbecue. This is for having fun. And, I mean, it's still thought-provoking always. I got a record with J. Cole on the record. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? I got DJ Camper singing on the record. I got a song with Baby Rose. It's still got all those elements for me, just elevated. And with the idea that I have fun, too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you and Cole got on that record, man, I mean, what kind of lyrical beasting occurred? I need to know this. Because
Okay, so
I know how hell broke loose.
I mean, with that particular record, though, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I mean, the song "Prove It" is more about the concept of what the song is. I mean, Cole was able to round the idea of the song out as far as like collectively with how we deal with the support we get from people that actually go out and buy the music and people that we've known throughout the years that support us through our careers. And my take of the record was more on the stand of, if I'm in a position where it's me or you and I gotta take care of mine, I gotta go home, I'm going home with mine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna take care of my family, and just trying to create the soundscape of how we kind of deal with society now, and the idea of sometimes people just want to do you harm.
Yeah.
And if it's you and your family, you gotta make sure you go home with your family. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's from that perspective, and then coming off of the record before that's called Believe. I mean, I need people to hear the music to really understand where I'm coming from conceptually with this. But it's just a topic that the time is now to talk about it. I'm thankful. Me and Cole haven't done a song since me, him, and Kendrick was on a record on Khaled album.
My God.
And so for all these years, and to be able to have this kind of record with him, I think it's super important.
Talk to me about the frequency in which you've been dropping this music, because from Forever is a Mighty Long Time, I thought it was going to be another mighty long time from we heard from you.
Nah, bro.
Nah,
bro. We there. I'm not gonna do this pill for 2.5 years or ever again. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
I was pushing it.
Come on now.
Y'all could have forgot about me. But nah, man, we did TDT, you know what I'm saying, which had energy on it, pick yourself up, learn from Texas. And then we came around with this.
Yeah.
And it's just about me kind of staying more in the pocket of putting out music. I mean, obviously it's always quality over quantity.
That's right.
But the way I create and how I know how to create, and the team and the people that I work with musically, we can actually create music faster, or we can make it more in the time. I don't have to take as much time off now. And then I'm independent, so I'm not at the wheel of a release date. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. The runway always open for multi. You feel me?
Come on now.
Now it's this private plane in right here, player. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The bags and all. You did. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no TSA. Ain't gotta worry about it.
Now, this single Addiction, though.
Yes, sir.
Sweetie, Lil Wayne, I mean, break that banger down to me, because that thing's going hard, my dog.
Man, I'm blessed.
Come on.
The support has been crazy. So people though, I did a record in LA. Rico originally came up with the hook idea, right?
Yeah.
We got the beat. It was like 3:00 in the morning. I wrote 2 verses at the time, and we knew what it was then, right?
Yeah.
But then it was kind of like, man, there's more elements that can be added, right? And then trying to make the hook more unisex, or make it more for a woman, right? So Rico Love at the time was working with Sweetie, you know what I'm saying? So he was able to, while in the studio with her, get her on the record, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Reaching out to Wayne them, and then Wayne them was cool, and Wayne jumped on the record, and it just elevated it to what it is now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's this collective effort, and as I listen to it, I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, bro. It's summertime, it's banging.
Yeah.
Everybody got their own pocket niche, you know what I'm saying? Support base, all that. And I'm still being just as country as I've ever been.
Gotta give it to
you
him.
feel me? But the
him.
cadence and the beat structure and everything is different. Shout out to Don Corleone, you know what I'm saying, for producing it. But yeah, bro.
Now, having a mastermind like Rico Love on your side, because that guy's a true hit maker in himself.
Don't get enough credit.
Break it down, man. What was it like when y'all got to collabing and just exchanging vibes and ideas?
I mean, bro. So Rico Love was on Pay Attention. You know, the record that was on Cal Out the Cook.
That's right.
That was like the first single Cal Out the Cook. And that was the first time we had a record that kind of like sparked radio interest, right? And even seeing the difference with that.
Yeah.
This time, last year, maybe a year and a half ago, I was on a panel that Rico Love had his music conference.
Yeah.
Me, Rico, and Mace.
Yeah.
In front of like 500 people. Rico was like, yo, KRIT, you doing a disservice to all your supporters.
What?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, cause you're not taking your music all the way there. Like, I want to see you with the Kendricks and the Coles, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
That underground cool, but nah, bro. And so I was like, you know what, bro? All right, bet. I'm up for the challenge. Let's work. And so literally, it's like we got in the studio and we worked, man. And there was a lot of records recorded. And the OG was all about, look, if we're going to do a record, let's make it as big as possible. You know, like, we can make records. We can do that all day. But, man, whatever we do, we need to be the one.
How do you feel, though, KRIT, when folks might say that you are not where the Kendricks and the Coles are at, but it's not that it's undeservingly, it's that you supposed to be there? How does that, affect you as an artist when you done been in the game putting it down all this time? And what do you think has been the obstructions to keeping you from being on that level? Or does that level even damn matter?
I would say, man, that level, okay, so we are individual people in general. I can't be where either one of them are at because they're totally different human beings. Mm-hmm. Their careers was different. The career structure, the music was different. Mm-hmm. It's more about where am I going to be at the end of my career.
That's right.
I think a lot of people that support me just want to see me in that same realm, in that same space. But I can't have the expectations of I'm going to achieve these awards. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get these accolades. I'm going to get this kind of attention, right? Yeah. Man, geography is real, right? Yeah. A lot of people that I respect, a lot of people that I love that are old school, OGs, they didn't get the respect they deserve. And a lot of that was geography. It had nothing to do with their talent. It was just like when they talking about what they talking about, you didn't see it on TV. Yep. You didn't hear about it in popular songs. It wasn't promoted. Like the stations weren't there. The DJs that were major weren't there. So if they talking about their culture, you like oblivious to it. Yep. I knew about Compton before I could remember. Like I know about this. Like I know about New York. I know about the music and the history because it was on TV. It was I was surrounded around it. The DJs in my city played the top 10 records in the country, which normally were from metropolitan cities, not from my city. That's not my fault, and that's not the people's fault that were born in those places. It just is what it is. It makes it a little bit difficult, but I can look at a UGK, I can look at a Scarface, A-Ball, MJG. I know my role isn't going to be easy.
What are those conversations like when you run up on a Bun B or on a Scarface and you are able to, just kind of compare notes with them and let them know what's going on with your journey?
They see that I'm still moving. Yeah. I'm still booming. They ran the marathon. Mm-hmm. They still doing their thing. Yeah. The longevity is still there. Mm-hmm. And they understood that I saw them and realized that's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to be for me. And it's not going to be one song, 2 songs, 3 songs. It's not going to be one album. Mm-hmm. It's going to be more than that for me. And if I want to continue on in this creative process, in this musical game, then I'm going to have to be up for the task of constantly dropping quality music.
That's right. Now, you was just talking about that geography, and you were also talking about being in L.A. Yeah. I saw you talking to your dad in L.A. Yeah. Are you living in L.A. now, KRIT?
Man, I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
But we was in L.A. because I was still working on the album at the time. And my pop's never been to L.A. before.
Yeah.
That was his first time going.
What was that like, having that conversation with your dad on camera,
Surreal.
Man? Talk to me, man.
That was wild. Yeah. I mean, because it's one thing to be at your crib, country drawing all, talking to your father. You know what I'm saying? Like, he understand you when you yawning and everything. Like, you just talking about the game. It's another thing to be on camera. Ooh. And y'all are really, like, diving into, like, conversations about anxiety, depression, fatherhood. Yeah. Things that he might have missed, mistakes he might have made. Yeah. The way I might have interpreted something he said that I might have, it worked in the beginning of my career, but it was detrimental in the end. I mean, in like once I got bigger or once I got more known. Yeah. And breaking all this down and then being okay with putting it out to the public. Mm. But I think there is for me, or what I've noticed, there's a lack of, I think, fathers either having conversations with sons or people even seeing that dynamic in itself. And so I feel like it was very important that people understood how instrumental my dad was in my life and in my career as far as being aware of what I was doing. Because he know about songs that I forgot I did. Ooh. And he like, man, Jay, that song. And I'm like, how did you hear that? But man, don't worry about that. But he jamming though. Like, it's one of those situations.
What was that like getting your daddy on camera? Now, you used to the camera. Okay, that ain't nothing new for you.
He looked like he was comfortable.
He was comfortable as hell.
Yeah, I mean, we had some takes, like some breaks. So it was like, get it together kind of. But, I mean, but it's almost, I mean, it's not like he talking to a stranger.
Exactly.
And at some points, you forget the camera's there, man. Yeah. And shout out to Andrew Whitten. You know what I'm saying? Because he was shooting a lot of it. And it's almost like when people know the angles and they know how you are, it's kind of like they know how to be in the moment and without, it's like, oh, there's like so much going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, we just got to conversing and it was cool. Like it wasn't even like the cameras was there at all. To the point they like, hold up, we got to change tape. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, when you speak of anxiety and stuff like that and just dealing with the pressures of being a star, how do you cope, and what is the advice that you have for the next guy that doesn't understand quite how to deal with that lifestyle?
Well, I deal with anxiety and depression of being a human.
Ooh.
Ain't got nothing to do with being a star. This is human.
You don't feel like it's compounded by your status, though, KRIT?
I think it's just human.
Ooh.
I don't think. I mean, obviously, it's you have to deal with comments, but everybody deal with comments. You have to deal with pressure of life.
Yeah.
Everybody deals with that. You have to deal with a workload. You have deadlines. You have family. You have, I mean, expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's everybody. So I don't want to just be like, oh, because I'm in the music industry, man. Nah.
But everybody is not that go-to person either. Because, see, you know, a certain thing switches when you become somebody. People that used to say, oh, there go homeboy over there, what up, though? That same person turns into, I need you, bruh. I need you.
You right, but even that person that's saying I need you got somebody looking at him like, I need you. I don't know nobody that ain't got nobody that say like, look, I need you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to be a little bit more understanding of that I need you, right? Sometimes it comes off from a perspective where they really need you. I mean, most people be like, you know what? I know you got kids, bro. I got you. Because you looking out for the kids, but then they kids like, man, I need you.
Exactly.
And they don't know where the help came from. They just know that they mom or they pop was able to come through with it. I mean, look, bro, life is not easy. You know what I'm saying? That's why we talk. I don't mind talking about my anxiety, my depression. Therapy is very important. I think us as black people, we don't get that.
What is it that therapy does for you? And is it something that is needed by a professional, or do you feel like you could go and get therapy just by kicking it with the fam and talking?
Nah,
break that down.
Nah, you might need to crank the professional.
Yeah.
Because you ain't going to tell the person that, you ain't going to tell your moms and pops exactly what's going on. You going to halfway it. Because you scared of whatever they might say. They probably going to be like, you ain't had no business doing that in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's like, I don't know what my dad went through mentally or my mom went through mentally in order to do what they had to do every day.
Yeah.
And deal with their problems internally, not tell anybody.
Yeah.
Go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, that affects you. You have a panic attack, don't even know what a panic attack is. You disassociate. That's when your people like, man, I just don't feel like myself today.
Yeah.
You disassociate. Or it's like, man, you were talking to me the whole time, man. I wouldn't listen to nothing you was saying. That's disassociating. That's called fight or flight. That's you being so depressed, like so down about something that you just be like, I'm out. And the vessel, like your vessel here, but you just way back here.
Well, I hate to say this, KRIT, because I was talking to a family member the other day, and they was going through so much shit. I said, all right, man, this is the best advice I can give you, because when stuff gets this real, this is what I do. I said, it's like you laying in the ocean.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just gotta float, and you don't give a damn if that current take you back into the beach or take you deeper into the ocean.
Okay.
You gotta protect your mind, because if you keep on thinking, you gonna lose it out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like you said, you done gave me the educational term for a disassociation and detaching yourself from reality.
I mean, but it's the human, it's nature. Like, it's fight or flight, bro. Like, and you see it. Like, people when they can't handle certain situations, like either they go all in, or they out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And either one of those can be detrimental to your health. You know, but I tell people, man, go find somebody you can talk to where you don't necessarily view them as a parent or authority figure. That way you can get all of your frustrations out and you feel comfortable with it. I mean, there's nothing okay about being scared to go outside because of your skin tone. Like, oh, you're scared of the people that's supposed to protect and serve. Off the rip, bro, that's an issue.
Exactly.
That's post-traumatic syndrome, G.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You learn that early. And so, I mean, and then we lean on our vices and stuff. You know how you got there, like, man, I just need a drink. Work was hard. I just need a drink today. Nah, that ain't how it's supposed. Look, we can but you know the play. Like, nah, bro, I just need to burn one down.
Ain't that what it's there for?
Man, but that's the point. No, your spiritual self and your mind is there for that.
Yeah.
Technically, you supposed to be able to deal with all this without advice, because advice only gonna hide what's really going on for the time being.
Yeah.
You talking to somebody that know. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna hide that, and it's gonna come back the next day.
Exactly.
When you hungover, you dehydrated, or you tired, and then you gonna think about it all over again.
Yeah.
And you looking for that advice.
Talk about bouncing back, though. When you bounce back, and then how does that affect your creativity when you say, okay, let me go ahead and get through this little mental situation that I'm going through, but it's time for me to bounce back and get back to work?
It's all hand in hand, bro. And I remember bouncing back is literally understanding what you're going through, and it's like a record that got like grooves in it.
Yeah.
It's like you play that record and you know that skip coming, but you've listened to that record so many times with that skip, but you still jamming to it. Exactly. And so that's what life is. When you understand what you're going through, you understand what that's gonna feel like. When you don't dodge it, it just becomes a groove, and then you just ride that shit, and then you keep it moving. So with music, I literally put my anxiety and my depression and what I might deal with in my music. So when I interact with people, they ask me questions. They be like, "Man, how you feeling today?" Or, "Bro, I didn't know you was going through that." Or, "Bro, I was going through the same thing." That creates the conversation that might be necessary for me that day. When I can say, "Bro, be real, bro. Today weird." You know what I'm saying? But thank you for having this conversation. You actually helped me.
Somebody made me laugh the other day because I was explaining to somebody. I was at the gas station and I was talking to a brother. And I said, place. Exactly. Because I'm going to talk if you come up to me. I said, "So how you doing today, bro?" He said, "Hey, man, the bad guys won today." The bad guys, whoa. The bad guys won today.
Damn, he need to go talk to somebody.
So hard when he said that.
He need,
but I was like, I understand sometimes the bad guys win.
They gonna win.
You know, it's only in the fairy tale that the good guys come out on top every damn time. Shit. Some nights you might go home, you like, you know what, them bad guys done won. I'm gonna wake up and fight them again tomorrow.
The movies we love, bad guys always win. What you talking about?
Come on now.
I don't know. Hey, you said fairy tales, right? That's cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, good guys winning that. Shit, movies, real movies, bad guy always win. Or you relate to the bad guy more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Let's dig deeper into those kinds of personalities. And then after 15 years of being in the game, being able to bob and weave, dealing with those and being able to have the gift of discernment to understand who's a good guy or who's a bad guy or who's a bad guy mask that's really a good guy and a good guy that's really bad mask that's a bad guy.
Boy, you just, whoa, buddy. You ain't no rapper? You sure you ain't? That's some rapper shit you just said right there. I was able to decipher what you're asking me.
Exactly.
I mean, but nah, man, normally, especially now, man, you kind of gotta give people opportunity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And normally the opportunity is in order to see whether they gonna really buy what they talking about or not. And then once you give them the opportunity and they put themselves in a position where they show you their true face or their true card, then that's on you to decide to continue to work with them or not.
That's right.
With me, I know where my loyalty lies and I know how I am with people. So I really do my best to make sure I'm always on the right side. Or I let you know what my intentions are, what my goals are. And then I ask you what your goals are. I appreciate people when they be like, "Man, I just want to see you win." Yeah. Cool. But nah, bro, what do you want? Exactly. What do you really want? What are you really out for? What's your interest? Because it's important that I know that. So once I get to a point and you get to a point, you decide to break off. It's not like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming." It's like, "Oh man, that's the position you wanted," you know. Thanks. But I mean, the way this game is, man, a lot of this is all survival. Everybody's still coming from a very Wall Street aspect, and then when you talking about money is involved, that changes the narrative completely. But the driving force for me has never been me getting money, but trying to make sure everybody around me is getting money. Of course. Just in case I get in a bad vine, then somebody can help me, or vice versa. And so that's really what a lot is about. Financial freedom is what I'm seeking out for all my friends and my family. Because other than that, we got love. We always had love, but we didn't have is security.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a lot easier to love your family when there's some money in that house. I mean, and I'm gonna keep it real.
Boy, it's just having security, having the idea where you can travel, you can see different things is very helpful. But we had that. We all the other things we did without.
I was laughing with somebody the other day. I mean, you just got me bringing out every person.
Because you did, boy. I mean, look, it's barbecues and stuff happening last week, man. Exactly. You had a lot of conversations.
Oh man, I was talking to somebody earlier, and they were like, "Money don't make you happy," but then, in the words of Steve Harvey, "Broke can't buy you nothing." And so, money ain't gonna make you happy, and yes, we will be happy without the money, but you do need the money. Okay. And then also with my starving artists and people that have aspirations for dreams and stuff, it's like that. I understand where you're coming from, but you need to make sure that you can take care of yourself. Yeah. Because desperation is a real weird space to be in. And if you get in that desperate space,
you do a lot. Yeah. I said security and financial freedom, first off. Philanthropy is one of those things that I'm really interested in, right? Yeah. It's like the giving away, right? Yeah. You make so much you can give away and help people. Money is a tool to buy you time to do what you really want to do in life. And once you realize that, then it changes the dynamic of what money is, how you spend it, when you spend it, who you spend it with, and how you help people get it. When it comes to the idea of, when I say we had love, we didn't have security. The idea of we here, we there. When the lights is off, we all in this house. If it's cold showers, we taking cold showers. That does not deter the fact that I don't love the people around me.
Exactly.
We just ain't got it right now.
Exactly.
But I'm the person who's like, I know how to deal with that ordeal. I know how to do without.
Exactly.
I want to show my people and give my people how we can do with.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to have. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about how you have, what you do with what you have, and how you show other people how to get that.
Now, with that being said, for you to have and to stay and to become wealthy, it takes a certain level of education. And I don't mean just books. I don't mean college. I don't mean just trade school, but you have to educate yourself. So how important was it for you to educate yourself on the business and just life in general for you to be able to go out and be successful?
Time, man. I think time is very important. Man, if I would have got $1 million when I was 18 years old, bro, you couldn't tell me nothing. I probably would have got all the jewelry. I got the foreign cars and all that because I'm young and I'm dealing with a lot of money. I would have bought my mom and everybody. I wouldn't have had no understanding of taxes, credit, property taxes, these things. You just getting it. You know what I'm saying? And then you learn over time, like, man, maybe I should have spent that differently. Maybe this jewelry isn't what I should have got. Maybe I should have got it in praise. Like, you know, you learn this in this time, man. Hindsight is 20/20, which equals 40. Normally people get older in life and then realize what they did in their younger years. I'm like, man, maybe I should have done that. But for me as an artist, as a creative, it's important that I sit down, have conversations like this with you. Maybe a young artist might hear this and decide he don't blow his advance on bottles and random cars and stuff like that. And understand this is a small investment that a label gave you for your living because you don't have a regular job.
That's right.
You are in the red. This budget will be spent on top of that when it comes to bottles, flights, private listening parties, all that.
That's right.
They spending your budget, and you're going to stay in the red unless you learn how to really save your money, market your money, and put it in the best things, which is you musically, as you possibly can.
How do you keep the game fresh to you, though, KRIT? What is it that you do to make you wake up and say, you know what, I still love this, and I'm just as excited as I was when I was a young boy in Mississippi with a damn dream?
The people, man. The people having conversations like this. Having conversations like I just had with 10 supporters from all over that rock with my music. I've been rocking with my music for years. Like, man, again, I've been in the game for a minute. People still want to hear me rap, bro. Still want to hear me make music. Still want to come out. Still want to see the shows. That means I'm doing something right. That means that I'm still capturing them. That means that I'm still talking about the topics that need to be talked about. And I'm still elevating.
That's right.
And we all growing together.
Exactly. Now, where are you trying to take it from here, KRIT?
Man, so I definitely want to score movies. That's a goal of mine.
Yeah.
But Multi is bigger than just being a rap label, right?
Right.
Multi, and the whole idea of it was about being multi-purpose, multi-talented. You play more than one position in your life to ensure your success. I had to make beats. I rapped on all my records. I mixed all my songs in the beginning of my career. So it's me about Multi is more multimedia than anything. So it's about, hey, if you're a videographer, you can get signed if you dope. If you're a muralist, you can get signed if you dope. Breakdancer. I don't care what you do. If it's talent, if it's a part of the industry and what we do, you can be a part of Multi. Because if I can find a videographer, an artist, a graphic designer, I got a producer, and we do a video.
That's a winning team right there. Oh, that's a big.
And we all under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
It's Multi.
Come on now.
So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel
it's
that.
Bigger than just, it's bigger for me than just rap.
Now,
and I'm still trying to find the next Temptations.
Exactly, we need that. Now, on the current event side of things, I mean, Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
How did that impact you, and how did that affect you when you saw that, man?
Man,
that broke us all down.
I got off social media for a few days, bro.
For real.
Yeah, man. Nip, and every time I had a conversation with the homie, ran into the homie, it was always positivity.
Exactly.
And he had the know-how to really show people that you don't need what they keep telling you need, right?
Come on.
You know, and the growth and the positivity and the motivation that he was giving people was new in a sense. And then you could see that it was like, oh, now it's like it's gonna be mainstream where he can. Exactly. And it just was kind of I don't know, bruh. It hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hurt for real, dog.
a lot of times when I see that kind of stuff happen, it also makes me think about my own mortality.
That's exactly, it brings that back to perspective because we get in this bubble and then it's like you get caught up in trying to get the accolades or the awards. And bro, it's so much bigger than that.
Exactly.
Because what does that matter when you get taken away from your family and your friends and this movement that people are really people are literally waking up, listening like, oh man, you inspiring people, and then somebody do something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, it just reminded me that I have to really be aware and take advantage of the time that I have on this earth and my voice creatively, musically, interviews, just random conversations on the street.
Exactly.
Because those things they ring louder after. You know what I'm saying?
What is the most random thing that you've heard or situation that you've been in that's really made an impact on your life personally?
Oh, that's hard to say, bro. That's a huge question.
Or just a time where you got a jewel where you didn't expect to find that jewel.
B.B. King. B.B. King was like, yeah, man, I don't care what you do, stay on the road.
Ooh.
He was like, make music, you deal with what you deal with, labels, but stay on the road. Road is where you're going to win at. And then he told me a story about when he's like, when I remember when I met Little Mike, Little Stevie.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. This man's talking about Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Man, it was just, I told him the same thing. Stay on the road. And that conversation meant so much to me because my grandmother, that's like, she was almost an A&R. Like, that was the first artist she put me on to.
Ooh.
And so she had this big poster of B.B. King. Like, when you leaving out of the crib, like, you see it. He had a curl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she just loved his music. And I was like, it was just to be able to sit and have a conversation with him and him tell me about tour stories and music and just, like, giving me so much game, man. But that, stay on the road.
I can definitely dig that.
And that man stayed on the road, man. Yeah, stayed on the road. RP. Yeah.
Lastly, KRIT, how can these folks contact you one more again? And is there anything that you want to get off your chest?
All right, man. Well, you can contact me on all social networking at BIGKRIT, Big KRIT. You feel me? We also have BigKRIT.com. We got all tour dates is going out. We posted that on IG and everything like that. Album comes out July 12th. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, KRIT is here. And, if anything, man, I tell people, give your folk their roses while they're on the top side of this earth. Very much important. Stay prayed up out here. Eat good. You know what I'm saying? Like, be mindful of what you put in your mind, body, and soul. It's very important. The things that you digest as far as social media, movies, and all that stuff, man, it might be affecting you a little bit more than what you might be thinking. And it ain't nothing wrong with going to get you some help, sitting down talking with somebody other than your friends and your family, because it's very important that you stay healthy in that mind frame, because you ain't no good to nobody if you ain't good to yourself.
Let me jump back in here again, KRIT, because once again, with what you said at the end of this, when you say you really got to think about the stuff that you put into your mind and your body and your soul, I'm what they call an extrovert introvert. Okay, even my mama told me that a long time.
That's interesting.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Ain't no Virgo.
Boy, you can talk, boy, but you don't want nobody that you will go in the room. If I'm in a room and it's popping, I ain't got to be the life of the party. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you want me to host it and crank it up, I'm
gonna turn up. Yo, okay, now I get it.
But I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not here for that. I'm just here to be here. Y'all asked me to come. I'm coming.
So you at the wedding, and the wedding kind of quiet. Everybody like, hey, bro, just say something on the mic real quick. Get them turned.
And then it's funny you should say that because I was at my homeboy AD wedding. Yeah. And believe it or not, I don't like to do no public speaking at all, okay? And I was the best man at the wedding, and he was like, yeah, B, I'm going to need you to say something at the toast, you know. I was like, God damn.
We had this so intimate.
Exactly.
It's like, you got to say something nice about it.
You got old folks, young folks, kids in there. And that boy passed me that mic. And I might have got it going on for about 30 minutes. That boy like, nigga, stop. Cut that shit. I was like, well, you should have told me to get started.
Hey, everybody laughing.
Come on, because they like, this boy is in here preaching. Yeah. But answer me this, though. How do you keep from isolating yourself from everybody when you realize that you don't even want nothing getting into your system?
Oh, man. Nah, man, but that's what, everybody got a filter now. You know when you dealing with some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got a filter, but the conversations that I have in life.
My filter is a closed door. It ain't nothing to get through that thing. I just closed the door. And I'm back.
I've had conversations with people that I know this is bullshit, but it turned into a song. It turned into a song where I might have been able to talk about something like, yeah, man, I was going through the same thing. Like, Bobby Womack, man, look, Bobby Womack said, man, a lot of my songs came from conversations.
Ooh.
That's all I need to hear. Two people, Bobby Womack said that, and then Tupac, a lot of his songs came from poetry.
Yeah.
So these things let me like, man, if I want to stay in touch with people, I have to talk to them.
That's right.
I mean, I can write from only my pure experience, but no, it's like you have conversations with individual strangers, man, and they get to divulge in what they dealing with, what they going through.
Yeah.
Look into that. That is like if you think you're lonely now.
Yeah.
Bobby Womack said he was talking to his band member or his manager, and he was like, yeah, my girl thinks she lonely now, wait until the night. I guess he wasn't going back or something. And he's like, that's a song. And then it became this. So nah, man, you gotta talk and converse with people.
I'm with it. Well, KRIT, appreciate you coming through this thing,
man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, bro. No doubt,
man. Wish you nothing but the best and much
success.
Yes, sir.
You know what it is, man.
Beehive Radio Shout. It's Hot 107.9, man. Let's go.
Hey.